Alright guys, so let's analyze what's happening here right now. Now, those mustaches here that we have are not looking very nice because they are those two on one side, they're almost identical to one another. So what I will try is to make them a little bit more different to each other. One will be a little bit bigger, the other one a little bit smaller. The idea here is that we don't want, in the organic model, since this is an organic model, we don't want something that is looking like it's not organic, like it's some machine or something. So parallel things that are similar to each other, that are the same length, for example, and stuff like this, are kinda no-no. So that's what we are trying to achieve here. Trying to not achieve, if we will. That's the thing. So yeah, I'm flattening here a little bit, so they will have a little bit of kind of taper to the end. I mean, the beginning will be kind of thick, and then at the end they will be a little bit thinner, although this is not completely necessary. But the idea is to make them a little bit different. Then the next thing I want to address is the hair. The hair will be nice if we kind of include it into the head. So let me see what's happening here. I will apply the subdivisions here. So I'm going to the head, to the hair, and I'm applying the subdivisions like apply, and then we have it like this. And then what I will do, if I am happy with my hair, I'm kind of happy with it, although we can go to sculpt mode with Control Tab down, and we can just make sure from all angles that the hair looks relatively fine. Of course, it probably will not be the best, but we are obliged to make it. Especially we can inflate in some areas even. It will be nice. So that's what we are trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve nicer hair. It should look nice from all angles. It should be pretty much not wavy or something. We don't want this kind of things to have. Everything should be smooth, so use the shift to smooth. Sometimes use inflate to inflate some areas so they will be fatter. That are the things. Of course, when we finish the head, probably we will go to the jacket, because the jacket is the most unfinished piece now, and we have to just do it. But for now, let's focus on the head. So let's connect the head and the hair. How to do this? We have to go to object mode, Control Tab left, object mode, then we select our hair, Shift select our head, and Control J to join them, or right click and join. Control J. So yeah, when you say right click and there is join, it's Control J. You see the shortcut there. So now we go to sculpt mode, and I like to remesh it. So Shift R to see what kind of remesh we are. So this is 0.0125. So let me just drag a little bit the mouse, but very, very slightly, to 0.0095 and click. Now, be careful if you go lower than this, so smaller polygons, so they will be more dense, and there will be a lot of polygons. I would not suggest you do that. It will probably be a problem. So let me just save this as the next file. I think this will be video 20. And before we remesh, we usually save, because sometimes, especially in the high-level remeshes like this one, a little bit like more polygons, it could be an issue. We could have a problem. So we will try to just you know, make sure we have a save, we have an insurance by saving the file. Now Control R and we wait, and it's done. So it was fast. And now on those areas here, I will just inflate, you know, and then smooth, and inflate and smooth, and inflate and smooth and inflate. That's it. And here, where it connects to the head, I will just smooth with shift, and in some areas where I want, I will inflate. Here, inflate, smooth, smooth, inflate, smooth, inflate, stuff like this. Here I will just smooth, here I will smooth, because that's what I want. I want integration between the hair and the head. So I want in some areas to be visible that the hair is coming out of the head itself. And that's my main goal here. That's what I'm doing here, this, you know. That's why I kind of connected them. I will smooth some areas to make them look better. And this idea to connect them, I haven't had it. I thought that I will not connect them, but I have a guy, a friend, who is an amazing character artist. He's, I would say, better than me. By the way, it's a problem because we have symmetry. We shouldn't have symmetry anymore, so disable the symmetry. And he's a very good character artist. I'm using now, you know, draw sharp brush and then smooth. And he told me that probably it will be better if I make sure I kind of connect the head and the hair. Probably the same will be for the ears. They should be better if we most likely connected them. So I'm alt queuing the ears. We don't, it's only one ear, okay. I will increase the size of them. They're kind of symmetrical, which they may stay this way, but let's leave them like this for now. And let's concentrate on the jacket, because the jacket is the main issue here. So alt Q to click on the jacket, and now the jacket looks relatively nice. So next thing what we want to do of the jacket is to probably apply the subdivisions, but increase it once to have more subdivisions and then apply it. And now we have not too many polygons. As I see, we have around 160,000, which is okay. And then we can start doing some refinements and folds in sculpt mode. So be careful about the jacket. The jacket is not easy, but we have to do it. So now I'm using a little bit of draw sharp brush, and draw sharp brush will be my main brush here for the jacket. I will draw here with the draw sharp brush a little bit. This will be the end of the blue area of the jacket and the beginning of the white area. Here in the back I will make with the draw sharp brush a little bit of a sharp thing, and then with P, I'm pressing P on my keyboard. By the way, you cannot see my keys, which is bad, but I think now you can. Here with P is pinch, so I'm pinching this area, so it's a little bit thin, and the idea is to have a kind of a sharper transition in this area, which is good. Now here in the back, what I will do, I still don't know, but I will just make sure this goes like that, which is great. And we need a fold in here, so I will just make sure I have it. So I will control click, control drag with the draw sharp brush and just sculpt the fold. The folds has to be sculpted, especially when they are very, very stylized. They have to be sculpted pretty much very well, you know. So here we will have one fold like this, just push and then pull, and probably it should be it. I mean, you don't need more than that. For the folds, especially in a stylized character, we have to make them very, very clean. They have to be pretty thick. They shouldn't be like thin folds like this. And also, I will push here to make sure this is kind of like a separate piece. The main thing is to have as little folds as possible. Very minimalistic we have to work, and but in the very right places and with a very nice shapes. That's very important. So a lot of important things. I think the folds will be the most difficult thing for most people, which is absolutely normal. I've seen people who are kind of relatively good character artists, and they cannot make folds, you know. Folds are not easy at all. So you see, I'm doing something like a fold, but it's very light. Here I will make something also like a fold from here down, and then push, and then I will smooth it, and then I will do it again. I will Control Z, then smooth it, and do it again until I am happy with the result. I want it to be kind of smooth, but also sharp. It's you know, I will pinch it even just to have a nice result. It's nobody can exactly teach you how to do folds, although of course doing folds for realistic models can help. But yeah, here I think we should have one fold like this, but we have to be very careful because this fold and this fold now are almost parallel, which is not good at all. So this one I will smooth it. It will be small. It will be just a little small fold in there. Smooth here. From here I will grab, so the shoulder will be from the side view a little bit better looking. Here I will smooth, and I will make sure we have a corner here. So I will inflate the top, inflate the bottom a little bit, and then flatten them with the Scrape Peaks brush, which is in number 3 right now. I will push in here, and then I will have on the bottom something like a fold. But the idea here is to have only one fold on the bottom, and for example one on the top, but this on the top also has to be kind of thick. So don't make thin folds. If you make a fold, then inflate it, then sculpt it again until you have a nice result. It's not gonna be easy. It will take time, but at the end result matters. Doesn't matter how much time have you put. The end result is the most important one. So spend time, put time onto the folds, put time onto the hands, the arms, everything has to look as best as possible. Of course, this course is not about the character that much and the character design, although I am talking about the character design and how to do things. It's more about using the program and learn how to use the program and practice using the program, which is, I mean, the main thing on the course. So even if your rabbit is not as good as mine, which is possibility, very realistic possibility, I will suggest to not you know, drown into despair, because it's absolutely normal and you are still learning. The idea is if you have something which looks relatively cool and it's your first 3D model, you have to be proud, but probably not show it to some kind of art station or something. You just continue working until you do something like pretty nice yourself. Now, as you can see what I'm doing here, I am trying to make sure that those folds in here are very, very right shape. They are not, you know, I'm pulling them with the grab brush, then smoothing a little bit, then pulling, smoothing. I will also inflate this area with the inflate brush and then smooth it again to see what happens. My main goal with the folds is to not have ugly and, you know, folds that are wavy, stuff like this. My idea is the folds to be nice, smooth, cool looking. And I will spend as much time as possible to achieve this result, because those folds are the difference between the good artist and the experienced artist. The artist that is perfectionist, not exactly perfectionist, I'm not perfectionist, but the artist who is who cares about his work, and the artist who is like, yeah, I did something and it's enough, and let's continue to something else. And I was like that back in the days when I was younger. Now I'm not. I like to finish the things very much in order to achieve the best result, because I know when I post them in ArtStation, in order for people to like them, to put a like, so I can gather likes, so I can go to trending, and from trending I can, for example, sell the course more or something, or get freelance or whatever. So if you want to be successful as an artist, you have to think about the likes, and you have to think not that oh, I have I've had it with this model, I don't want to work on this anymore. Yeah, you have to not think about that. And this way, don't think this way. Think about it like this. Okay, I'm sick of this model, I don't want to do it anymore, but let's put a few more hours, because I have put so many hours right now into it, and it's started to get somewhere. Let's put like 5-6 more hours to see where it will go, and most likely when you put those hours it will be better. It's never likely to be worse or something. It should be better, definitely. I will move the edge of this fold a little bit because it's too far away, and I will smooth it, but still I don't completely like this. Maybe I will do another fold like here, although it should be logical. It's too much. I mean, if you have so many folds in a stylized character, it's too much. So I will smooth it and try to realize where to put just 1 or 2 folds, not like 5 or 6, just 1 or 2 folds, and that should be enough. That will be enough. We shouldn't put more than that. More than that will mean that we are failing in this endeavor. But yeah, this is a pretty difficult part of the model, I would say. That's not debatable. It's pretty difficult, and it doesn't look quite well right now. Yeah, hopefully at some point I will be able to fix it, because I don't like it really. It's not of my liking, which is a problem because I have to like it in order to release it, you know. And if I don't like it, yeah, but it's getting there, I think. Probably I should watch some references, because without reference it will be difficult. By the way, my folds here are very thin, which is not exactly nice, because it's a thick jacket and the folds of this jacket should be kind of thick. They can have an edge, but they shouldn't be thin. So I will try to achieve this result, we may say. And I'm trying to be logical in here. So this is a thick jacket. We can inflate this area here above the fold, so it folds a little bit above the fold, but not a real fold, just the jacket itself like this. But now we have parallel lines here and it looks awful, so I will smooth it and continue. As you can see, even I, with all my experience, have difficulties on this area. And I'm showing you this because this is, I think, a good exercise. Not good exercise, but good lesson for you. To know that you don't have to be perfect in the first try, but you have to keep trying. That's the main thing. I'm pushing this thing in. Here we have something like a fold, but it looks awful. So let's try to smooth it out and make it again like a triangular fold, like this. Yeah, it's okay. I will get my standard brush, the draw brush and just make a fold in here also, which will disappear on the top, but will be visible in the bottom a little bit. And I will move it from here, increase the size of it with the bracket keys, the size of the brush, and just push it in, smooth it. Just everything has to be modeled and sculpted, especially the folds. The folds are mandatorily, they have to be sculpted. You shouldn't just push them and put them there and that's it. Sculpting them is very important. These folds also on the arm, I will inflate them because I don't like how thin they are. They should be more inflated, obviously. Alright, so this fold for now will do. And let's make some details on the jacket. So the jacket can have a little bit more resolution, I think, but let me try to do a detail. Okay, I think this could do. This detail is not absolutely necessary, but I think it will give us just a little bit of more interesting style of, you know, modeling. Try just to keep the distances between those lines kind of similar to each other, and it should be okay. I'm just sometimes it's difficult to zoom in and out, you know, as you want, but I'm doing it now. When you're pushing, like I'm pushing, sometimes you will it will be visible, the arm will be visible below the push, which means that we have to just pull the jacket itself a little bit or push the arm inside. One of the things, one of those things we have to do. Alright, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, so I think we are having something here. I will just do one more thing. I will retopologize everything. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a problem, probably it will be, but I'm thinking about it. First, what I want to do is go here and, I don't know, those things are interesting. This one, I'll push up the collar. It's not symmetrical, which is strange, but the jacket already is not symmetrical. Probably it was going down with the bones, so it went down with the bones. So I'm thinking to connect those things, those you know, yellow things, with the collar itself, and just remesh. And we'll see what will happen. Probably it will be nice. It could be bad, but we have to try. I will save with Ctrl S in this file, and we will continue. This video will be a little bit longer, as all the videos at the end of the course I'm making. The first videos I'm trying to make them like 20 minutes, 25. The latest videos could be around 40 minutes, some of them, because already you know some of the things. Now you know what I'm doing. I'm rotating around the model. I'm trying to achieve similar distance between the color and those yellow stuff. And now I will connect the yellow stuff with the jacket, but first I will go to the yellow stuff and apply the modifier. So solidify, apply, subdivision, increase, and apply. And then I will connect them, Ctrl J, or right click, join. And then I will go to sculpt mode and remesh them in a good remesh setting. So let's see what will be the good setting. 0.01, 0.006. Let's try this. Ctrl R. Yeah, 400,000 triangles, which is fine. Here I can go a little bit, push, smooth, push, and inflate. and inflate. Just a little inflate here and there will be fine. You know, remove your what? Remove your symmetry modifier from here, the X. Just disable it because it's, you know, yeah. If I sound a little bit out of this world, it's a little bit late here, but you know, it's okay. I think I still can be useful a little bit. So I'm smoothing these areas here because I see polygons, and I'm smoothing also here, but slightly. I'm not pushing too much with the pen. I'm smoothing very slightly. We don't want a huge smooth. Now these things looks relatively fine. I will inflate, and then I will make just a little bit of a corner, and just like this. Hopefully it will work. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not also the worst, I think. So could work, we'll see. Yeah, it's working. It's relatively working. I will smooth these areas too, around here, here, in the back, and here. And here I will sharpen it a little bit by flattening this area with my Scrape Peaks brush, and then smoothing only this area without smoothing the edge of the jacket that much. And now what I want to do is I want to mask the area that should be yeah, let me just move this a little bit because I don't like it. Push this in. Yeah, from the back it looks relatively fine. Here we have some wrinkles or crumples or whatever, which I don't like. And now I will go with my brush, which is the draw brush, just the normal draw brush. I will push, I will smooth, I'll push again in some areas, smooth again, until I get a relatively cool result. Then I will go with the draw sharp brush and make this just to see what will happen, just to test this, and should be fine. It doesn't work like this. Smooth. Make sure you have this kind of a sharp area here. I will even pinch it a little bit more. We don't want it ultra sharp, that's why I'm smoothing it. We want it just to be relatively sharp area there and to look nice. Okay, let's try to mask the area of the jacket, which will be blue. All right, so let's do it. From here I will push Control Shift and then start dragging around here with Control Shift pushed. I'm dragging, and then I will drag here, make sure I don't get to the sleeve, and here I will drag also like this, and then around the collar, because the collar will be yellow, and here we go. Now it's most of it is masked, but as you can see in the back it's not exactly masked. Here we have a problem, so I'll press M. Of course M is for the mask brush, and now by hand I will go to these areas and fix them. Just by hand is easy, but overall I masked most of the area I wanted. Of course, when we put the color on, we can always fix it after it's on, the color, after it's there. But now I'm masking, just masking, very easy with the mask brush. I make sure I mask everything what I want, and if I want to demask some area like here, I will press Control and just drag my tablet a couple of times. With the mouse it will be just one time, but with the tablet, since it has pressure, it should be a couple of times until you demask it completely or mask it completely. Alright, it seems kind of cool. I will mask also here, just with the mask. Of course, I will probably mask a little bit of the sleeve, but we could fix that later. Alligator, okay. And I will mask here. It doesn't matter that much. I will demask the sleeve and demask it here. And this will be difficult, by the way, here, even for coloring. But yeah, nothing is super easy. Yeah, we will have issues here. Whatever, doesn't matter. Now, it's relatively fine. Now I will press A and invert mask. So A, and on the left, invert mask. And now I will try to select the color I want. I will go to the brush here, the paintbrush. Here, just there, the brush, paintbrush, and then select a color which will fit. So it will be a relatively blue-green. This color probably will be fine. Let's try it. Yeah, this is a little bit too green, I think. So we can go a little bit more blue in this area. I think this should be okay. Yeah, this color, I think it's fine. Maybe it's a little bit too dark, but let's see it and we'll see. Now I'm coloring. I make sure I color overall everything. And then I just clear the mask. Yeah, it's a little bit too dark. So let's Control Z, and still with the mask, we can go to our color filter just here. You see color filter is here. You click it and then you go to, let's see, saturation, value. Let's go to value and just drag a little bit to make it lighter. Just drag from left to right. If you want to make it darker, from right to left. If you want to make it lighter, from left to right. And I think this should be better. And then A and go to clear mask. Now I want this yellow. So I will go to my paintbrush again. Select this yellow with hovering over the yellow and pressing S. And then I will color the color. Now coloring the color means you have to color the color, which is very colorful for the color. Yeah, I know it's difficult to even, you know, to get the scale of this thing. It's very big. It's very big. It's like the universe, you know, the scale of the universe. Do you know how many ants are in the world? So for every person in the world, there are around 2.5 million ants. What does that mean? It means that 1.5 million, let's say 1.5 million ants are around 10 to 15 kilos. So if the humans on Earth are the weight of a normal human, if we consider babies and normal humans, and we consider something in the middle between 5 and 75 kilos, the middle will be something like 40 kilos, let's say. So the human mass on Earth is heavier than the ant mass on Earth, you know. But the ants on Earth are more than the stars in the universe. Not exactly, probably, but there are a couple of more than trillion, yeah. A lot of ants, I would say. So you say we are like 7 billion people, 2.5 million times 7 billion. It's a big number, I would say. Let's go to this yellow again, select it, and go through the sleeves, the end of the sleeves. Just a couple of times and make sure you color them completely. And the other one too. And this is manual. Of course, when you are coloring this one, since it's close to the jacket itself, you could just, you know, click the jacket and color it, which is not a problem. It's very easily fixed if you go to the jacket itself. We are on the jacket. So pressing S on the blue and then just hovering and coloring it. Pressing S on the sleeve and coloring here will give us a little bit better sleeve. So yeah, again, working. It's looking relatively fine. Here I probably will have to press S on the white and then remove this color here, which was strange, but probably the mask was not very good there, which is normal. I told you that we can fix it after the mask, and we are doing it. We can go close here, close up, pressing S on the white and just making sure it's looking good. But the jacket is starting to become nice. I mean, it's already better than before with the folds. The thing is that now we have to do this kind of blue patches, and we are almost ready with the whole model. Maybe a little bit more work on the pants, but I'm not sure. Maybe we shouldn't. We have to apply some subdivisions here and there to add more subdivisions and more smoothness to the legs, to some of the parts of the legs, and we are kind of okay. We have to look at our model from all sides, because when we 3D print it, if we 3D print it, but in my case it will be when, it needs to look good. So if I want to see it without the colors, to see how it will look 3D printed, I will go to this menu here with the little arrow and go, for example, to material. And now I see how it will look, and it will look pretty good, I would say. Let me see it with a little bit of a shadow. So I can turn on the shadow here, increase the shadow, go to this a little tiny wheel here, and just make sure I move the light. And this is just something like a fake light or something, just for the viewport. It's not render or something, it's just a viewport. But it's looking relatively fine. Overall, I am pretty happy with the result. Let's go to attribute again to see all the colors. And yeah, next video, we will do those patches. We will see if everything is okay. And we will probably go to the render phase of our model. Put a little bit of very, very basic materials. The eyes materials should be kind of glossy, and the other materials shouldn't be that glossy. And we will just go and render it. The render probably will be, let me show you a little bit about the render. We have Eevee, Workbench and Cycles. 3 renders. This engine is nothing. So Eevee, Workbench and Cycles. Workbench is the viewport render. Sometimes we use it. When I was doing my course of Lobo, the comics character Lobo, I did it with the Workbench render and it becomes very well. But sometimes we don't want it. In this character I tried it with Cycles and Eevee. I think with Eevee it looks better. Cycles is more realistic render. It has bounces of the light. It's very nice. But for this type of character, which is more animation, stylized character, I think Eevee render will be better. Also, Eevee render is much faster. So since we want to make a turntable video, Eevee render will be much more appropriate for us. Although I will show you how to make Cycles render very fast and efficient. Okay, see you in the next video, of course, like always.